guys, welcome back to the Lycan project. Today, with me, Heather, we're going to go through the 12 books I've picked up in the last 2 months. So from like all the way beginning of October all the way through to sort of the 15th of December. So these aren't in any particular order. So the first one is The Girl in Red, which is a psychological thriller retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. It follows a post-apocalyptic situation where a young girl who has a red jumper is in the woods and trying to survive. She has a leg. She's an amputee, prosthetic leg, so it has some disability rep in it, which I actually happen to go to school with, and it is Meg Caddy's Devil's Bellest, which is based on a true story. So it follows a mutiny and a shipwreck. So I'm looking forward to that. Also just giving some love to a high school friend with her book. In NaNoWriMo, I was writing a siren story for NaNoWriMo, which if you would like to know how my first ever NaNoWriMo went, let me know down in the comments and I'll do a video on that. But I was watching Deep by Mara Grant, and it's about not the like lovey-dovey sort of situation, but actual sirens where they're vicious, cold, calculating, murdering. So so I'm going to try and read this to add a bit more dark grittiness to my story. The NaNoWriMo is Here I Stand, which is a anthology of stories about freedom. It has Neil Gaiman, Frances Hudgens, Matt Higgs in it, Jackie Kay. So a few authors I know and are interested in. So it's by Amnesty International. So all the royalties for this will go to helping them and their human rights. Self-published books by Natty Kate Mason, and they're in a series. So The Crowning, which is the first in the young adult series of The Crowning, and the tagline is "In pursuit of power, only one may be crowned the heir." So it's a magical kingdom where chosen is a shape-shifting prince, a fire-wielding princess. Two fire-wielding princesses, and then there's an additional crowning I will be getting to, and then that goes on to The Queen's Fate, which is a sequel to The Crowning, and she's currently working on the 3rd book, so I'll link her Instagram down below for you. Go show a local West Australian self-publishing author some love for me. This follows I also have another self-published book from Miranda Harvey, which is Guardians of Wanda, which basically, apparently a girl goes into a fairy tale world where, the Brothers Grimm went into like a portal world, came back with all their stories, but they got something wrong. So she goes into it. So she's also a self-published author, so I will be putting her links down below, so you should go show her some love. A Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, which is the author of The Night Circus, her new book. And this sort of follows a boy in a library who finds a book that follows the story of his life and along with others. So it's really pretty. This is the Australian cover. It's just generally really interesting. So I liked her writing style, so I'm going to try it again. Winter's Curse. No, this is a book exchange, sorry. There's a book exchange with which is by Mary Rachowski. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. So I was happy to get that. I then picked up Big Magic, which is Creative Living Beyond Fear by Elizabeth Gilbert, which one is also beautiful. So it's a non-fiction book about harnessing your creativity and pursuing your passions with inspiration, empathy, and embarking on living your best life and your creativity, which I think is going to help me a lot in pushing through some of my self-doubt while I am trying to edit all my writings and such. I then picked up Kingsbane, which is the sequel to Furyborn by Claire LeGrant, the middle book in a series. So it follows 2 queens from what I know of the others, and they're in different. There's like a Sun Queen and a Fire Queen, I believe. So I'll be hoping to get to Furyborn and then get to this. I also picked up The Girls of Storm and Shadow, which is the continuation of Girls of Paper and Fire. So it's it's a Southeast Asian inspired fantasy with, the first one had queer representation of a girl and girl romance. So this just follows on from that as well. So yeah, these are some of the books I was so graciously given, collected and purchased myself over the last couple of months. So if you have any opinions on where I should start, come and let me know. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. So through the way we choose to consume our media and stuff, we can create a better pack in the world. And thank you and goodbye!